Hi guys, Bomber here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the new deck on the meta of the new Targon expansion. The deck is the Swain TF, an updated version for this new meta, and without further ado, let's jump into the decklist analysis. So the decklist is kinda the same that we had for quite a while now. Some notable additions or changes are the fact that we are running Death Lotus, and I'm actually being quite a big fan of this card, even from the last expansion. Well, actually, this is from the foundation, so it was here even at the start of the game. But yeah, I feel like this card is pretty much underrated. With Redway Deckhand on turn 2, basically you can make this an avalanche that comes a turn before than that. And yeah, also it can be asymmetric in the sense that you can not even block on the turn that you are going off with that Lotus. It has some pretty harsh counters, like for example the what's the name? The Ranger's Resolve from Demacia, which is kinda like popular right now in both the Scout deck list and the what's the other? The Shenlulu, Ionia, Demacia. So yeah, it is pretty punishable. But even if you are being punished by it, you're still losing only 1 mana. And it can be even, it can go past that if, for example, as I said, you summon a Powder Keg from the Redway Deckhand or the Petty Officer. And yeah, now the meta is a lot less like removal reliant, so Twisted Fate is actually gonna have a pretty easier time to level up, and you can even speed it up with stuff like Salvage or Substrafing and the Leviathan also. And yeah, your win condition is the same as always. You want to draw the Leviathan and then play a Swain on top of that, and you basically win off of that. Riptide Rex is only a one-off, even though it is a power card. It is much more, it's harder to activate him in this kind of deck. You don't want to run the Warning Shot, which is run in something like the Azrael TF, which was something from the previous meta. And yeah, so the deck is the same as the last one. You can check it on this channel if you want to have a refresher of how this deck looked back then. But without further ado, let's jump into some games. So as you can see, we are at Platinum 4. Again, we were reset kinda recently, and last season we were Masters. We're up against Sejuani Azrael, and also it is kinda hard to rank right now because people like him are experimenting with new decks, and it's much harder, or maybe I should say it's much more RNG based. You don't know what to expect from your opponent and stuff like that. So by the way, Riptide Rex is obviously a mulligan. We don't want to like clog up our starting end. This is the Fate I kinda like to go into an early level up. Dreadway Deckhand doesn't seem like a good keep in this kind of matchup. Ruminous Flock could be good, but we don't have activators for that. So yeah, I kinda want to keep only Twisted Fate. We kinda have some removals for Twisted Fate coming down on turn 4. We also have Make It Rain. This is probably a first 2 turn pass. Yeah, we don't have anything to develop. Now the Petty Officer will be kinda nice. We don't get that, but that's fine. Varus Trapper. Yeah, unfortunately we can't really do much about that. Let's take the pass to let him think that we have something. Well, we don't have it. And yeah, it is kind of bad to float this much mana, so you probably want to go into Salvage, although with Twisted Fate could have been kind of strong to level him up. But we are up against a Piltover, so you could have a Mystic Shot, and therefore it's not worth committing. It is best to like use your mana as efficiently as possible. So yeah, now Twisted Fate is coming down, and I don't know if I want to go for the value late game option with the blue card. It's probably best to go for the yellow card, and then so that we can then complete the trade with the Make It Rain. Kinda like that. Yeah, let's probably go for that. We are kind of telling him that we're telegraphing basically that we have a Make It Rain. Yeah, so you see, it was not worth it. He has removal for that. Now let's see if he goes for the develop. If so, we get our 1 free damage on that unit. And if not, we can simply pass. Okay, he goes for the champ womp, then we can later on also complete the trade with the Dead Sand. It is probably worth it to go for the Make It Rain now, because we want to be sure that we are getting the 1 damage on the Avarosan Trapper. Instead, next turn we can take the reactive Dead Sand on the champ one. He goes for the open attack. We also have a Leviathan in hand, which is very very important. It is basically our win condition. Swain is just... it is not worth it as Swain only without the Leviathan. Okay, now this is pretty bad. We can remove it with Make It Rain, or we could go for Arachnid Sentry, and then Ravenous Flock, and then the turn after go for Make It Rain. But yeah, this seems pretty bad. I probably want to go for the Make It Rain. Probably. So yeah, then we can complete the trade with the Ravenous Flock. We are floating 2 mana, which we can't really use, but it could come in handy on later turns. By the way, yeah, this seems like in this kind of matchup, given how he grew, we are basically the defensor right now. But this deck could also switch to being the aggressor. For example, if you go for Fatty Officer or Arachnid Sentry, Zap Sprayfin, there are definitely some aggressive options. Also the Zap Sprayfin, it's very very nice because you can take the open attack with it on turn when you are attacking, and then drop your Rifted Rex. This is probably the most efficient way to activate the Rifted Rex, because if not, the Rifted Rex comes much later in the game. You could like float 3 mana before, and then like for example go for Dead Sand or Noxian Fervor, and then go for the Rifted Rex. But yeah, the Zap Sprayfin is kind of an investment to give basically a plunder effect for free on later turns. Obviously, it is more committal because this can be removed. It is not 100% certain as, for example, the Noxian Fervor or the Dead Sand. But it is taking a lot of time. I don't know what he's thinking. We could even go for Arachnid Sentry now, reconsidering it. We can like stun the Yeti, and then we can trade the 4-3. So this gives us a body to block with. We can always do that whenever we want, the Ravenous Flock. So yeah, this seems better. We are reducing the amount of damage that we take. Because you always want to consider all your plays. We could have gone for the Ravenous Flock. Remove that, but we would have taken 8 damage. And we would float 2 mana, which is not efficient. We can have ways to use that later on. But by doing this play, we are stunning it, so we don't have to remove it right now. We can remove the 4-3 for a 3-2, which we are kinda happy to do, and we are only taking 4 damage, and we are not floating mana. So this is obviously more efficient. He kinda wants, maybe he could not even attack with it, or yeah, he could only attack with the 4-1, for example, even more reducing the amount of damage that we take. Yeah, you see? He's pretty much in a bad spot. If he doesn't go for it, then we simply just raid anyway. We don't have a Make It Rain. If we had, then we would probably not consider blocking it. But yeah, we just want to increase our health by as much as possible. And by increasing our health, I mean taking less damage as possible. So yeah, Zap Sprayfin, kinda nice to get some cheap damage in. We are, with the Attune, we will still have 3 mana to do basically whatever we want. Although we would probably go for the Ravenous Flock. But we could even just chill. Yeah, as with Archer. That's fine. We have a nice trade for it with the Dead Sand. So yeah, I don't want to chill out. And the pun is intended with the shielding here. It's the voice line of the Civil Archer, if I'm correct. Okay, so
you own what you take.
This is pretty bad, but we can stun her with the bait, and we probably want to go for that. Then we can Ravenous Flock on that. which is probably
Never lost a
stronger.
fair game or played one.
We could also consider like defending our Zep Spray Fin. We will see if with what he wants to trade that. If he goes, for example, for an Ice Veil Archer, then we can punish him with that sand. So if he tries to push as much damage as possible with the jump pump, yeah, as you see here, we can punish him. So we probably want to keep the Ravenous Flock for the Sejuani, not right now. We want to shield our Zep Spray Fin, because it is kinda bad for him, I would say. We probably also want to... He could like this, and then we can finish this up with the Death Set. We could even sacrifice the Twisted Fate and kill the 4-3 with the Noxian Fervor.
Gotta trust your instincts.
But we are open to something like a Mystic Shot. So I probably want to go for this first, and then we can complete it with Death Sand whenever we want. So yeah, let's go for it. Then next turn the Leviathan is coming down, so it's just a matter of he doesn't have ways to remove the Leviathan. He could freeze it, but he's not into Noxus, so he can't Calling Strike it or whatever. So it's just a matter of slapping your Leviathan on, and it's just a matter of time, and he will die. Just 10 turns, but both ours and his turn. So yeah. Now we can remove this and that. We just have to remove the Champ Wamp. We can do that with the Noxian Fervor. And he's probably going to Mystic Shot the Zas Breaking at some point, like here. Okay, with Thermogenic Beam, and yeah, we can punish him right now. So this is looking kinda good right now. This could even be a good game right now. But he doesn't do that. So yeah, he's probably trying to for the Azrael. We also draw a Swain, which we don't really care about. I don't think we got punished by slapping the Leviathan as soon as possible. We can always trade those next turn. You can't go for another Sejuani while the old Sejuani is in play, so that we are not even worried. This is probably the only thing that could remove a Leviathan. He could have also the Thermogenic Beam, that's true. But it is kind of expensive. Actually, it is equal value for him. But he just used one, so there are pretty much low chances of that happening. He's kind of a slow player, isn't he? Clem. I mean, it is true that it's kind of in a bad spot, but come on. Okay, he goes for Progress Day. He's trying to search for answers. Here we don't take the open attack. As I said, the only way to remove the Leviathan right now for him is a Thermogenic Beam, which is kinda expensive for him. And we already have gotten value from the Leviathan, so we can even win the value game. Because even if he Thermogenics Beams that, we have already drawn a card off of it. Okay, he's healing the Sejuani. Interesting, so we can't Ravenous Flock. I don't know why he's going for that right now. He could have punished us because at first speed. Maybe he has 10 cards in hand. Okay, that's understandable. If he doesn't go for the open attack, we can again punish him with Twisted Fate. Yeah, he doesn't go for that.
There. I'll spot him.
Yeah, I have left to punish you. A gold card again, to stun him, and again get air in a Ravenous Flock range. So now he's kinda low on resources, I guess, to kill the Twisted Fate. So the salvage could be savage, in the sense that can level up with Twisted Fate. I don't really care about taking 2 damage, but it could matter. But yeah, he could have a Thermogenic Beam by now, and this will mean that with 7 mana he could kill the Leviathan. So the Dead Sands goes here, no matter what. Although we could keep that for a Swain trigger next turn. By the way, he's 24 out of 12. Wow. I don't know, guys. This is kinda... Well, like, if we slap a Swain on play, then we basically stun everything from next turn onward. So we probably don't care about the Twisted Fate game. And we can easily, like, trade it. If he goes for an Elixir of Iron and keeps this alive, I'm fine. I just want to take as much damage as possible, so that his Azrael loses value. Right now he needs 7 Azrael procs. He has 4 in hand, so yeah, 3 are easily accomplishable. Now if he has an Elixir of Iron here, he's kinda bad. Okay, Fear of the North. Even worse, but luckily enough we have the Reverse Block. It is kinda bad that we can't remove the Sejuani, and I don't think he has another Elixir of Iron. Because 8 damage would be quite a lot. 4 less procs for Azrael, which means that we are already in little range for him. We were kinda lucky, but yeah, he had already used 1, he has only 4 cards in hand that could beat. So yeah, now this is looking kinda good. We are just 5 turns, lethal, we could get some cheap damage in. Wow, this is insane. But we probably want to keep that for attacking turns, like defensive turns, sorry. So yeah, let's probably go for Swain.
Victory awaits. By my hand will Noxus
Because we got a reverse block, that was it, basically. And so we can kill the Sejuani, and if he doesn't develop another Fearsome blocker, kinda win, I guess. We could even go for Zap Spray Fin and draw into something, like an Axiom Fervor, which we could use to stun something. But unfortunately then we would not have mana for Swain Reverse Flock. So I guess that he has some removals.
is the first of many weaknesses.
And he will have an easy time leveling up that Azrael at this point. Also, without Riptide Rex and stuff like Static Shock, yeah, it is kind of hard to level up Azrael. So he goes for double Miss Static Shock. If we go for Ravenous Flock right now, we win, right? And I don't think that he has ways to remove those at fast speed. Probably he has a Thermogenic Beam to remove the Swain, at least. But yeah, I think that we win here.
Well fought.
Like, what he could do, he could Flash Freeze, that's it. Let's see if he has Flash Freeze or stuff like that. If not, we just won. This deals 3 more damage to the Nexus. And even if he didn't, the Leviathan with okay, Archmage, yeah, okay. That's fine, but he's kinda expensive. Now that Azrael is leveled up. We probably want to have ways to remove the Azrael as soon as it comes down. But we really can't. Like Crimson Fervor could do that, but we also need a... Here it is. But we also need a Powder Keg. But the Riptide Rex could. So let's see if he has an Azrael in hand. Petty Officer also, kinda nice. But yeah, we have also, now that I'm thinking about it, the Riptide Rex is easily activated by the Leviathan as well. But yeah, it is highly dependent on if you have the Leviathan already in play.
Pain is nothing.
Okay. I don't think that he has an Azrael. He would have gone for it. Now we can easily remove the Sejuani. It's pretty much good game. Yeah, Riptide Rex is just such a power card. Can easily end the game. It's kinda hard to activate, but for when it does, a simply good game. I think that he rage quitted. I don't think he has something to think. So we also deal 4 damage to the Nexus. So the Leviathan, here it is, that's right. The Leviathan would have done the same.
History will remember us.
So yeah, kinda a long day, long game. I would have done another one to show you some other matchups and stuff, but I feel like longer videos are not so much appreciated on YouTube, so we kinda have to go for only one match. Although it was a pretty like explanatory ones. I did explain a lot of stuff from this deck, so I hope that you got it, how to play it correctly. Also consider commenting on how I should improve content or stuff or whatever you liked about the game, if I did some mistakes when I played, and also consider subscribing if you like my analysis, my gameplay and stuff. But yeah, so that's it for this video, hope you liked it and find it useful, and as always, see ya!